Radio Biafra International, empowering the people.
Radio Biafra is proud to launch its new mobile app. This app makes it easier for listeners to access live and repeat broadcasts at any given time. The app is available on Android and Apple stores and is free to install, so just search for Radio Biafra into all one word to get the app on your device.
Radio Biafra International broadcasts are always anchored on well-researched information and not based on personalities, frivolities, and foul languages. The main objective of Radio Biafra International is to empower Biafrans and give them knowledge through professionally delivered information, education, and enlightenment towards the ultimate goal of restoration of the nation of Biafra.
So don't forget, Radio Biafra into all one word.
And join us during our podcasts and you'll be glad you did.
Stop spending time with the wrong people. Life is too short to spend time with people who suck the happiness out of you. If someone wants you in their life, they'll make room for you. You shouldn't have to fight for a spot. Never ever insist yourself to someone who continuously overlooks your worth. And remember, it's not the people that stand by your side when you're at your best, but the ones who stand beside you when you're at your worst that are your true friends. Stop trying to be someone you're not. One of the greatest challenges in life is being yourself in a world that's trying to make you like everyone else. Someone will always be prettier. Someone will always be smarter. Someone will always be younger. But they will never be you. Don't change so people will like you. Be yourself, and the right people will love the real you. Stop trying to hold on to the past. You cannot start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Stop being scared to make a mistake. Doing something and getting it wrong is at least 10 times more productive than doing nothing. Every success has a trail of failures behind it, and every failure is leading towards success. You end up regretting the things you did not do far more than the things you did. Stop getting involved in relationships for the wrong reasons. Relationships must be chosen wisely. It is better to be alone than to be in bad company. There's no need to rush. If something is meant to be, it will happen at the right time, with the right person, and for the best reason. Stop rejecting new relationships just because old ones didn't work. In life, you'll realize that there's a purpose for everyone you meet. Some will test you, some will use you, and some will teach you. But most importantly, some will bring out the best in you. Stop trying to compensate against things that are not there. And stop trying to compete against everyone else. Don't worry about what others are doing better than you. Concentrate on beating your own records every day. Success is a battle between you and yourself only. I just have to repeat this. This warrants a repeat. Stop trying to compete against everyone else. Don't worry about what others are doing better than you. Concentrate on beating your own records every day. Success is a battle between you and yourself only. Life is too short to spend time with people who suck the happiness out of you. If someone wants you in their life, they'll make room for you. You shouldn't have to fight for a spot. Never ever insist yourself to someone who continuously overlooks your worth. And remember, it's not the people that stand by your side when you're at your best, but the ones who stand beside you when you're at your worst that are your true friends.
Radio Biafra is proud to launch its new mobile app. This app makes it easier for listeners to access live and repeat broadcasts at any given time. The app is available on Android and Apple stores and is free to install, so just search for Radio Biafra into all one word to get the app on your device.
Radio Biafra International broadcasts are always anchored on well-researched information and not based on personalities, frivolities, and foul languages. The main objective of Radio Biafra International is to empower Biafrans and give them knowledge through professionally delivered information, education, and enlightenment towards the ultimate goal of restoration of the nation of Biafra.
So don't forget, Radio Biafra into all one word.
And join us during our podcasts, and you'll be glad you did.
the more we fight together, 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 the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. The more we fight together, 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 the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. Rising soul, rising soul, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or leave it, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. We've been crying, the world claim not to hear. And we've been lamenting, the world claim not to hear. Our tears flow, the world claim not to see. And our blood flow, the world claim not to see. This is a crime, oh no, against humanity. Oh no, yeah, this is a crime. Eritrea spoke up, they were given independence. South Sudan spoke, they were given independence. Namibia spoke up, they were given independence. Give me the reason my people got to be neglected. Give me the reason my people got to be rejected. Give me the reason our freedom got to be a crime. Give me the reason our own freedom got to be denied. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or leave it. Oh no. Whoa. That was physical battle, and we're betrayed by the people them trust. Today zeros are fighting. This is a spiritual battle. Let us unite and give Biafra a meaning. If we don't take time, we can't remain in this land. No freedom of speech, no freedom of expression, no freedom of worship, no freedom of religion. Justice denied. Oh, of my own very people. Hey. Justice denied. Hey. On the rising sun. Hey. Justice denied. Oh, my freedom fighter. Yeah. What is so bad? My people wanna be liberated. What is so bad? My people wanna be independent. What is so bad? My people wanna be alone. This is the time we will make it known to the world. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Hospitality, positive education, positive economic, positive hospitality. I tell you what, positive. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africans. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. My people will cry. Biafrans will cry. My people are suffering. Oh, Biafrans are
Radio Biafra International, empowering the people.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, great people of God, children of light, members of the covenant community of Yahweh Yeshua. We welcome all of you, wherever you are, on whichever platform you are listening from. This is Radio Biafra International. This is your power station, indeed empowering the people. Of course, today being the 7th day of the 6th month of this very year 2020, we have come to meet with you. We have come to chat with you, to chat the way forward, because we have so much in our hands. Believe it or not, times are no longer the same. There are a lot happening from within and without. And so it is very important for us to understand the message. You may not understand the messenger, but the message is very critical. As a people, as a generation, our duty, our role is to ensure continuity, because it came to us from somewhere, from our forefathers, the fallen heroes we celebrated. That is part of their legacy to our own generation. And it behoves on us as a people, as the ones right now who have the mandate, yes, to show outwardly our inward commitment to all these values and take them further. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, friends and well-wishers, lovers of freedom and justice, men and women of integrity and honor, we welcome you once again to Radio Biafra International, your power station. We are here to discuss the Biafra issue. We are here to articulate. We are here, of course, to ginger, to enliven your spirit, to tell you that you are who you are because you believed in yourself, and it has something so unique in you, that is, you are one of the chosen people of God. Our people have not come to realize that, if you like, call it gift of God. We are the children of Abraham. And so, to whom much is given, much definitely is expected. We have come to meet up with our obligation, and that obligation It's not infighting. It's not backbiting. It's not any other thing. But it is to restore, yes, our own dignity. Yes, if you like, call it country. It is the dignity of our people. In our own language, they will call it Ugu. It is to restore our respect. It is to restore our humanity. It is, of course, to express ourselves uniquely as a people chosen by God Himself. That's why we are endowed with a lot of things from the position of that space called Biafra. Maybe you're not aware that is the best place on the surface of earth. That is the low, what if you have done geography, that is the latitude 0 and longitude 0. And that speaks volume. You may not have you may not have, of course, taken time to understand the gift of nature, the gift to our people. But I tell it to you today, from material resources to human resources, we got all. One thing is lacking, and that thing is the coordination, and that thing is the understanding of all these values endowed in our place. And so our responsibility as a group, Biafra Restoration Group, yes, Biafra Restoration Movement, BRM, we have not come to stop anybody who is doing anything wonderful. Yes, we have not come to stop you. No, we have come to restore, and we have come to aid. We have come to facilitate. We have come to collaborate. We have come to cooperate. We have come to help make our dream, yes, achievable. Not just achievable, but very, very quick one. We don't need to keep procrastinating. Is a very dangerous thing. We really have to act, and act decisively. We must be result-oriented. That is one principle that guides BRM. And so on Radio Biafra International, you will be seeing some of this aspect of the pillars that is, of course, sustaining us, that is making us do what we do and the way we do them. We believe in truth. We believe in honesty. We do not believe in, of course, insulting people. We cannot engage in that. We are all professionals, and as one, we will ensure that ethics, yes, high standard, if you like, we will be setting the pace. No matter whose ours is God, ours is that we must speak the honest truth. We cannot and will not, yes, deceive our people at any point in time. And that's why we will continue to do what we are doing. And so we ask you, please join us. If you are on Facebook, yes, go on Facebook and do a watch party. Yes, you need to do that because it's a responsibility, yes, placed on your lap. You need to go to Facebook and do a watch party right now. Don't just listen alone. We have a duty. I want to emphasize again, we have a duty. Yes, touch your heart. Yes, touch your heart and say, I am a Biafran, and as a Biafran, I have to commit to the common goal, to the common welfare of our people. We have that onerous responsibility. It is not one that you must be forced to get it done. I am telling you honestly, it is something that has to, yes, compel you. No matter the other, yes, we do know other, pressing need you have. The need for us to survive, for us to come as Biafrans and make it known to the whole world that this is who we are and be respected. Yes, be accorded that respect as Biafrans. You have to lead, and being very honest to you, because it's what you say they should call you. That is what I want to tell you. You will be called. Don't get it wrong. If you decide to say, you know what, let anybody call me anything, they will call you anything, and at the end of the day, anything is nothing, and nothing is everything, and everything is absolutely something of no value. I have to be honest with you. And so, you need to understand us. You need to understand the time. You need to, of course, come at that speed to rescue this ship that is about to sink. Yes, I said it, because so many of you do not understand what's going on. Daily, we talk so much, but all the talk do not or have not translated into real action, into real value, into something transformational, into something that will lead us to the El Dorado. And so many are so busy, so occupied, oh my God, exchanging banters, talking a lot of talk without a single action, without a single meaningful, yes, response that is responsive to our own situation, the need of today. I tell you one thing, whether you like it or not, there is what I call individual responsibility and collective responsibility. You may be hiding that you got no responsibility, but I tell it to you, you have both individual and collective. And when or until you recognize this, it will continue to elude you, and that is a serious issue. And so, brothers and sisters, join us in this broadcast to make it what it ought to be. For sometimes we have not been taking calls, but I tell you something, we will take calls today. I said we will take calls today. We will surely take calls today. And so you have all it takes to call us. Yes, go on. If you're watching via YouTube, yes, I said to you, you can check out the numbers. You can call to make your own input. We want to hear from you. We do not, as a matter of principle and policy, we do not believe in monopolizing things. We want everybody to come. We want everybody to come. Although in certain things, yes, it might look like we started it, but we want you to express your own opinion. We do respect that. We do acknowledge and will accord you every respect, every honor. Why is that? We are seeking to restore our dignity, and so we cannot afford to, of course, start disrespecting our people, our very own. We have so much love and regard for. And so if you call us, please, we beg of you to be of good mind, yes, and to respect others, because in this life it takes two to tango, and it takes two to make a pair. And guess what? Respect now, of course, he said to be reciprocal. And so we want to accord you all the respect. Call us on +1 786 352 8757. Yes, if you want, call us on that number, +1 786 352 8757. And we will surely take your call and allow you to express your opinion on all the discussions we'll be having. You can as well reach us on +44 2921 286541. Yes, +44 2921 286541. If you're watching on YouTube, you can as well see the number well displayed, yes, conspicuously displayed at the bottom of the screen. And if you are listening on Facebook as well, you will have the privilege of seeing this numbers. Okay, call us on any of them. We will take your call and bring you to this platform for you to air your view. But you will allow us to open the call when that will happen. And having said that, make sure you share this link to all and sundry. Yes, get it out begin to share it. Be very generous in sharing this link to every of your contact, be it on WhatsApp, other social media, like your Facebook, your IMO, whatever you have in that regard. Share this link to enable this message get to the ends of this world. And so I want to use this opportunity to ask you to allow me to go ahead with details of today's broadcast. But before we do, we have to commit to the Almighty, the Creator, the Maker of this heaven and this earth, where we habit for now as sojourners unto the eternity. And so let us pray, let us commit to our Creator, our Maker, and let us express our trust, our confidence in Him, so that He will continue to guide, to show us the path that will lead us to our victory. Let us pray. Father, we thank you, we glorify your holy name, we worship, we adore, we bring all our thanksgiving before you. We say to you, Elohim Adonai, you are our Maker, our Father. You made us in your own image. You directed us to do what is pleasing unto you. But, O Lord, we have chosen our own path because of our short-sightedness, because of our indisposition to the will of our Creator. Father, forgive, forget, renew us, give us a new life, commission us again, so that we will rediscover, yes, your will in our daily dealings. All this and many more we ask in the mighty name of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. We pray. Amen. Yes, thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you, friends, well-wishers, lovers of freedom and justice, men and women of honor and integrity. We welcome all of you to Radio Biafra International. Yes, broadcasting this evening, morning and afternoon, depending on where you reside on this globe called Earth. We are so happy today for life. We are equally happy for the strength, for the gift of people. Yes, for you that is listening, we thank God on your head, because it is not easy. Some people were not able to make it up to this moment, and we making it to this moment was not and cannot be by our own strength or our own making. It is, yes, by divine providence. And so we thank God for it. We will go automatically to our platform, where we have men and women of integrity. Yes, men and women of integrity who will be co-hosting, if you like, this program. And you that is a listener, you are equally part of this program. Like I said, we always allow people to air their views, to express what they think. Yes, we don't come down on you to malign or to abuse or to, of course, castigate. We allow people to say their mind. Many have divergent views, and because of our belief in autocracy, you know, we are people, egalitarian people. We believe in Republican setting of, society. So we allow everybody, yes, to air their view. At the end of the day, of course, the best will emerge, and that's one that's well emerged surely will be a popular one. And so we ask you, yes, to join us, and make sure you share this in, share the links. Let me go to our panel and get into our panel right away. I am going to call on our brother, Mazi, Wanonenyi, Ikenna Wanonenyi, a veteran and a man whose heart is written very clearly in Biafra. Yes, he has his heart in Biafra. So if you go into his heart, you can only see one thing, and that thing is Biafra, well inscribed, yes, on his heart. And so let's go to him for him to make his welcoming remark. Mazwanoni, proceed and give us your opening remark. Thank you very much, and good evening, sir. You're welcome. Welcome. Yes, Mazwanoni, you need to unmute. You really need to unmute. And once you unmute, you go ahead to speak. You're still, your mic is still, you're still on, you're still muted. You need to unmute. Yes, go ahead. Yes, Manone, go ahead. Manone, go ahead, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Biafrans and listeners, for today's program. This is Iken Nawanane from California. We are going to present very important information as we usually do to our esteemed listeners back home and also here. At Radio Biafra International, we analyze things very well and make people understand the very intent of our broadcast is restoration of Biafra. That's it. That's why we are Biafra Restoration Movement, and the mouthpiece of Biafra Restoration Movement is RBI, Radio Biafra International, where we are right now. But our focus is to restore Biafra and also to guide our people into areas, especially when they are in need for security, which is really what is happening right now. You know, there's so many things going on which is endangering our people, and we are making a concerted effort to make sure we give them information of how to protect themselves, how to walk through all these waves of things going on, meted by the Nigerian government. You know, there's a ardent hatred of Biafrans, and we know it. And thanks goodness to the social network, now we can give information very well to our people. I'm standing by as we continue. I have so many other comments to make.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mazmanone. Thank you very much. Thank you for yes, that's your introduction. Let me come to our dear brother Mazi Chuks Ikerigwe. Chuks, can you go ahead with your own introduction? Thank you very much.
And I welcome
yes, Mazi Chuks.
Yeah, and I welcome you once more to another special broadcast for the people.
Yeah, Chuks.
I'm here.
I don't know what's going on, Chuks. Can you hear me, Chuks?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm saying this is a brother Ahmad. I welcome you once more to another special broadcast on the people's favorite radio station, Radio Biafra International. Radio Biafra International is the station that empowers the people with the right information. And it's the mouthpiece of the Biafran Restoration Movement, BRM. When BRM have one issue and our issue to get Biafra restored. Our aim is to restore Biafra, not just restore it, but at the quickest possible time. Because the more we delay, the more our land is being encircled by tardy terrorists who have come for no other reason but to murder kill and make sure they finish us. And that's why it's very, very important, in fact, paramount, that we get Biafra as soon as possible so we can take over our land and safeguard our future and our of the enemy. We mustn't forget the fact that the man who hates the enemy does not keep his eyes closed. In Biafra, find it. You need to make the right contact, because this right contact that will make sure that the referendum we need happen. Okay? So join us today as we take drive around the activities and the processes that will lead us to this great coming of Biafra. I welcome you all, just like our host said, we'll take in course today. So make sure you call in to put in your own suggestions and advices. But for us, you know what we're doing, doing the right contact, and sooner than later, Biafra will definitely come. So I thank you all for joining us, and I thank all my fellow panelists and all members of this great family. Thank you for joining us. Same blessed for now.
Yes, thank you, Mazi Chuks Ikedigwe. Thank you very, very much. And I want to say at this point in time, yes, you'll be with us on some of that, signal that kept dropping. We will rectify all that as we move ahead. As we move ahead, we will rectify all that. And yes, we say thank you. And we will be going forward with the rest as they join us. We will bring to your own attention their own presence. Yes, we will bring to your attention their presence. Thank you very much for being there. But don't forget, we said you have opportunity to call us today. We will take your calls and bring you to this platform to express your own feelings, your perception about any of these things we are talking about here. It's not exclusive to our own people on this platform. Yes, we are all Biafrans, and nobody is more Biafran than the other. I want to tell you this because sometimes some people believe, yes, erroneously, that some have exclusive claim to Biafra. Yes, it's a collective inheritance. Yes, once you're born into Biafra, I have no right to stop you from expressing your Biafranness. Yes, it's your right. Your right. Okay? And so when we do the collective thing, we allow others to indeed express themselves and be who they want to be. That is one way of showing maturity. That is one way of telling others, the world, that we are up to what is required, yes, to govern ourselves. We must, in all we do, we must exhibit, we must show that sign of maturity and handle each and every one of us with that care. Yes, it's very important. And so we ask you to call us if you can, and we will take your call. When you call us, we will take your call. Now, we will be going to the news of the day. I said we will be going to the news of the day, and it's all about our people. Again, I want to repeat, it's all about our people. And so you just have to listen. The intention of today's broadcast actually is to allow you to come, to allow you to call, to allow you to interact with us, to allow you to be yourself and bear your mind on all these silent issues, and all these issues that indeed, if nothing is done, it's going to end our existence as a people. And so you must have in mind that that is our objective. Let me start from the news. Yes, because I will play a clip that will capture this news. But this news for now is, yes, we block the news from Nigerian, if you like, yes, tabloid. And so whatever we tell you now is the way Nigeria has packaged it. However, we will help to explain, dissect, and of course, show you the true content, the real meaning, the implication of all they are saying. The news first on today's discussion is Khan warns Miate Allah president over derogatory statement. That is on the newspaper, and so it goes this way. The chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State Chapter, Reverend John Joseph Hayab, on Sunday warned the national president of the Miate Allah over a statement that could set the country on fire. In a statement on Sunday, Reverend Joseph Hayab warned that no well-meaning individual should use the name of an association or platform like Miate Allah to make such serious, divisive statement like the one he made. The truth is that Nigeria does not belong to any ethnic group, section, or religion, but to every one of us. Making such false claim as that of Miate Allah's president only creates tension and fuels crisis. The press recalls that the national president of Miate Allah, Kautal Horo Bello Abdullahim Badejo, has said that Nigeria belongs to the Fulani and they will rule forever. I want to repeat. The national president of Miate Allah, Kautal Horo Bello Abdullahim Badejo, has said that Nigeria belongs to the Fulani and they will rule forever. Reverend Hayab noted that such statement by the president of the association confirmed that Fulanis do not wish Nigeria to live in peace and unity. According to him, the Khan president, the Reverend from the Khan, who is the president of the Kaduna chapter, therefore calls on the federal government through the DG, SSSS, and IGP, Inspector General of Police, to have a session with the ethnic superiority champion to school him on the diversity of Nigeria and the need to restrain from such reckless statements. All well-meaning members of the Miate Allah group need to urgently disassociate themselves from the provocative statement linked to the group as proof that the speaker is not playing a script. Without doubt, there are members of Miate Allah who love this country genuinely, craving to see the country grow in peace and develop in every sphere. This statement, credited to the group's president, is not a popular view. As such, needs to be publicly opposed, the statement said. Reverend Joseph Hayab, who is also the CAN vice chairman of the 36 states, including Abuja, said that Nigerians' problems are numerous, from insecurity to a bad economy and now the COVID-19. CAN, therefore, does not want to add to the barrage of problems the country faces by letting unscrupulous person or people make grave and ungodly utterances that have dangerous security implications. Nigerians will wait and see what the federal government, through her security agencies, will do about this inflammatory statement, unless if we have separate laws for different groups of people in this country, the statement added. Excuse me. That's the end of that news. But you will agree with me, before I go to the panelists, you will agree with me, the honest truth is that the Fulanese originally were not Nigerians in any form or shape. They are all aliens. They are, okay, they were not there in the 17th centuries. Yes, there was no single Fulani in the 17th centuries. The Arabs started to, encroach from that northern part of Africa to Futa Mountain to, of course, the Sokoto, where you have the Sultan of today. And that's it. Yes, that's it. Was originally created by the Fulani people who sojourned, or who are called the pastorists. And so when they came for conquest. I'm giving a background to this news, and I will go to the panelists for them to take time to dissect and explain to us the meaning, the implication of this. We say this because sometimes, or most times, our people, to be quite honest to you, they are passive to their responsibilities. They do not understand the implications or the danger of statements like this. They don't. And so we try to, to explain in details the meaning. If you take a second look at this news again, you will understand one thing. Even the man that complained about this statement that Nigeria belongs to the Fulani and they will rule forever, the man complaining, the reverend gentleman, is somehow trying to sound political correct. He tried to encourage himself and say that some of these Miata Allah people, that they do not believe in this. But I want to say, no, that man is wrong. He is absolutely wrong. Go and check the meaning of Miata Allah. It means the warrior of God. That is, to put it in a very simple term, Miata Allah means the warrior of God. That's what they mean. That's the meaning of their name. And so I will come to our dear brother, Chuks Ikedigwe. I will come to Chuks because I want to start with Chuks. There's a reason. Chuks, you know, as I do, that it is already said by the Sultan of Sokoto, Sir Ahmad Bello. Well, I don't know where he got this, but they told me somewhere from UK, but I know, although UK is now changing to Islam. So I do not know, I can't tell you if I'm sure that Islamic people have arrangements where they give people Sir. And so we have in Nigeria Sir Tafola Balewa and Sir Ahmad Bello and whatever they call themselves. But this man, Ahmad Bello, he had the temerity, he had the, of course, the courage to say that The country belongs to them. And so if you see the Fulani, his descendants now claiming that country, I think it's in line with what their forefathers told them. Those who came to annihilate, to kill, to maim, to destroy our generation is in line with that. And why am I saying that? This man is saying he doesn't believe that the Miata Allah, that all of them will believe in this. It's not true. Their name alone gives them out, because their name is saying they are warriors, and you begin to worry about this name. When they came with what they call holy war. I don't know what is holy about the war. Chooks, go ahead and let's hear you. Yes, Chooks Ikediwe, I know you need to unmute and then come very much on this issue of these people claiming, laying claims on Nigeria as their own. Chooks Ikediwe, go ahead. Okay, maybe we're having troubles with Chooks. I don't know what's going on with that mic. Let me come to our veteran. I wanted him to come last because he's a veteran. He knows very much about what we passed through during the dark years of 1967 to 1970, when millions of our people were killed. Yes, when that pogrom took place on our land, and they deceptively came up with the 3R and came up with all the more you look, the less you see. The Bubu Yaya, they are used to, they've been playing us game. If you don't understand it, you need to listen and pay attention. Let me come to Maziwanane. Maziwanane, thank you very much. Come please on this issue and help us. The Fulani are saying the Nigeria belongs to them, but these Fulanis are not even from any part of Africa. What or how will you put it? Go ahead, my dear brother, my dear own leader. Go ahead. Yes, I want to be sure that this message is getting to all of them. I don't know. Mazwanane, can you hear me? Yes, we need to sort this out. If you cannot hear me, that means something is wrong somewhere. Chooks, can you hear me? I do not know.
Yes, I'm beginning to hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
Oh my
for the
God.
past
So
20 minutes,
that means all we said earlier, you were not hearing. Okay, I think I figured out what happened. Sorry for that. Can you hear me? Go ahead. Okay. Chooks, did you hear what we said about the news?
No, I didn't hear anything. I just started hearing you now. I never heard what you said about the news.
Okay. Let me quickly refresh on that news. It's a news by President of the Kaduna State Chapter, Reverend John Joseph Hayab. He's saying, he's warning the president of Miyetti Allah, saying to him, stop using that offensive word that Nigeria belongs to the Fulani and that they will rule forever. He's warning him, and he's saying that alone could cause big trouble in Nigeria. He inviting the DSS, the police, Inspector General of Police, to come and tutor this young man and let him stop saying that. But he said something very incisive, that the man is like saying that alone. He's standing alone. That Miyetti Allah group, that they do not, many of them will not stand with the man. But we're trying to say very clearly, that's my position anyway, that he doesn't seem to understand Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah as a name, as a group, means something terrible. The warriors of God. Yes, Miyetti Allah, the warriors of God. And so we are seeing a people who are well prepared to fight a battle, a war, that they believe is in the name of their own God. And so, for this person to say this, you need to understand their background. So, what will you say with respect to all this? Thank you, and God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much for this beautiful news. The good thing is that this news has been making round on the internet for a while, and I want everybody to understand that it's not a new thing. This is just the mentality of the average Fulani man. He sees himself, he has this mentality that he was born to rule, and he believes that infidels will never rule them, and they will do everything to suppress the infidels. And also, in keeping with the infamous statement of their great grandfather, Ahmadu Bello, that Nigeria should be an estate of their great grandfather. This what is just saying is in keeping with that infamous statement. So they know what they are doing, and believe you me, the man making this statement is not alone. The Metalas are with him because they've never even disowned, neither have they disowned the statement or disowned the man who made it. And believe me, the presidency will never say they will turn the blind eye. If they turn the blind eye to the quick notice given to the Igbos in the north, they will also turn the blind eye to this. This is just their propaganda. This is just the way they live. They know what they're saying. And it's even good that they're telling you beforehand so that they don't take you on away. They're telling you what they've already concluded in the backyard and in the front yard and in their meetings. And what will you do? Just warning them is nothing. One thing you know is that all the security administration of the country is made up of this Islamic Fulanis, and they will never change what they believe. What they believe is that they are born to dominate, and they will definitely dominate everybody. And they are telling you that they've just sent out this man to give you a prelude to the discussion. So you having the mentality that Metalas and association is not in support, you just keep deceiving yourself. Or people who have that mentality are just deceiving themselves. They know what they are doing is their conclusion, and as far as they're concerned, they will keep ruling. If it's a Southerner that have made this statement, believe you me, the DSS, the IG of police, the Nigerian Army Chief of Staff, and everybody would have been hunting for him. But look how it is. Nobody's saying anything. Everybody's quiet. What they will start telling you now is, there's no petition against him because it's their plan. And because it's their plan, they will never do anything. So we mustn't be fooled by this belief that Metalas as an organization is not in support. Don't believe me, there are two branches of the Metalas Association, okay? And then there's the Fulani nationalistic movement. All of them are working hand in hand. All of them know what they're doing. The three of those groups are working hand in hand and they're perfecting their plan. So nobody should plus. These people know what they're doing and they will never change. It's their plan. And as far as I'm concerned, Nigeria remains the estate of their great grandfather. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Chuks Ikedigwe. And let me go to our brother Mazi Nwanonenye, the veteran himself, and let him add his own voice. And I want you to pay very good attention. Yes, before he speaks, yes, let's refresh your memory. If you remember, there was what they call the claim that they want to do cattle, what they call that thing again, the grazing bill that went from the grazing bill to cattle colony and all that, and finally they came to the last one. I want to refresh your memory. Let's listen to this and tell me what you understand from this clip we want to play for you. We want you to get the full gist of this story.
I need to take you up on that.
Let me give you a perspective.
Yes.
The state government or the governors can actually give lands for ranches, but is the federal government also concerned about the kind of consultations that may have gone on between the state government and the people living in those communities who have ancestral attachment to those plots of lands?
Ancestral attachment. You can only have attachment when you are alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again? Ancestral attachment. You can only have attachment when you are alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again? The National Economic Council that recommended ranching went around those states. It didn't just legislate it, there were consultations. So if a state does not have land genuinely, it's understood. Not every state will have ranches. You don't have to have ranches in 36 states. So if there's no land genuinely, fine. But where you have land and you can do something, please do for peace. What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day? What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day? What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day?
Now,
So,
talk again, going back to ranching and cattle colonies, we know that still going back to, international conversations, United Kingdom and even the World Bank have come out to say that Nigerian government has not yet asked for support from the Commonwealth nations, and that if they did, there are a litany of investments and ideas and people who could actually help in this area of solving the issue of ranching or cattle colonies, and they would do it, willingly to see that the violence abates. But then, how do we bring together, the warring factions, whether be it those people who claim they have the land rights and those people who feel that they are marginalized, even though they are indigents and have resided there for decades, which is one of the key points Mieti Ayla made here the other day, and the issues of castle rustling as well as part of the issue of the violence. It's not just the killing of the herders, of the farmers. How do communities begin to look at dispensing ethnocentric, sentiments towards the issue of land and border rights, Mr. Femi, especially through the state government?
that is why you have community leaders. That is why you have traditional rulers. That is why you have local government chairmen. That is why you have states. These things must come up from there. But rather what we see is they are saying, federal government, come and do it. Federal government is so far from those places.
But is there any interaction between the federal and state government concerning what they are doing to resolve these primary core issues that are causing and stoking this ember of?
Yes, I just said it. The National Economic Council set up committees that went around the states, led by Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State. It went around all the states.
Unfortunately, we have to. I was going to ask you when the federal government will perhaps, maybe the president will perhaps give the go-ahead to the Inspector General of Police to reveal those politicians that are sponsoring the killings across the country.
And yes, I think the statement on community dialogue and, of course, the rural elder statesmen should come together to look at issues of land rights, especially as maybe people are also afraid to give over their lands, for cohabitation, and how, overwhelming that could be over the years.
Exactly. And the indigenship and citizenship question.
Absolutely.
It's better, like somebody has said before, it's better to live on the land than to be under the land.
Under the land.
It's better, like somebody has said before, it's better to live on the land than to be under the land.
Under the land.
It's better, like somebody has said before, it's better to live on the land than to be under the land.
Under the land.
Yes, that tells you of part of what we want you to get. It's better to live on the land, but you're living on the land as a slave. Let's come to our veteran, Mazi Ikenawanone. Go ahead and let us hear what you have to say. I decided to play this clip so that people will understand where these people are coming from. There's another clip I need to play to make our people get the full gist of the whole of this news. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. These people are so evil. I know. I mean, this has been going on for years. Look at the expanse of land they have in the north. the area in the north is more than twice the size of the south. The area in the northern Nigeria. You know, if they want, they can, you know, make those areas fertile land. There are some areas, you know, in diaspora that was a desert. A part of Arizona was a desert. A part of California was a desert. Now is a very, you know, it's been recreated and rebuilt and also furnished to be growing things, you know, for farming or whatnot. You know, they just want to have a reason to marginalize and Islamize us. They're living in area, I mean, big acres in the north. That's not good enough for them. Then they will bring their imbeciles, the terrorists down here. See, these people, you know, they think they have monopoly of threats, or they have monopoly of terrorism, or they have monopoly of carrying guns. You know, they are going to what we call mission impossible. The day the Southerners, especially Biafrans, will react, they will know what come up with them. They'll be mounting, basket mountain, talking all kind of nonsense. Because Buhari, if he's alive, is their leader. You know, the jihadists. You know, they think that, oh, they can overrun the Southerners, especially the Biafrans. You know, then they can come over, he can come over here and talk nonsense. What kind of animal is that? So, you know, he's insinuating that if you don't give them the land, then you'll be dead. That's basically what he's saying. So, stupid idiot. Stupid idiot.
Yeah, but you see, let me quickly chip in something. The media person for Buhari was the one being interviewed. Yes, Femi Adesina. And he was the one saying, you got to live on the land, or you live beneath, you live under the land. They get you buried.
Well, that was Adesina saying that?
And the next
news.
Guy,
Adesina? Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, so the Yoruba guy, Adesina, is the person talking this type of nonsense. Okay, they have vast areas of land in the West. You know, he can let them have it. Even you know, his grandparents have land. Why not he start from there? The vast areas of land in all the northern states is not good enough for them. And they're talking, and look at you know, Adesina, I think is I don't know what position he is. This is a guy who's supposed to be very diplomatic in what he's talking. That tells you the type of education and the type of family training he has. There are certain things certain people cannot say, even if they want to say it. He comes on the radio talking about if you don't give Mieti Allah, you know, or Magbon or whatever they call them, these are terrorist organizations, you don't give them land, then you'll be dead. That's basically what he's saying. That Biafrans, you have to give them land or you'll be dead. You know, it's not going to happen. They can keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and shoving, but it's not going to happen. There's going to be a big fight. You know, they have so much technology, and even UN is giving them some ideas how to do ranching. They don't do all this cattle rearing in this 20th century. You know, because basically all this herdsmen, these are imbeciles, you know, being pushed by the northern oligarchy, all these rich people in the north to come to the south and terrorize people down the south, because those idiots don't have education, they don't go to school, they don't know, you know, they don't even have the money. These are the people who have the cows. These are people who have the money to buy the arms or these AK-47, because these people don't even have that kind of money. Then you rather trek with a cow from Kaduna or from Maiduguri or from Kano down, instead of trucking them to destroy, to harass the Biafran. They have not seen things. You know, they think they always think that they have monopoly of all this of violence. They have monopoly of harassment. They have not seen anything coming. So these are mission impossible, like I said. And I'm really so disappointed with this guy. I thought he's educated, but apparently, he's behaved like a cow. So if Japan do not give Yetiala or Macban, they will be dead. That's basically what he's saying. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. This is the type of people you raise in a I don't know what to call that republic. In a failed state. When you have a failed state, you have all this type of people cropping up. Who doesn't reason very well, who have big brain, I thought it was an Hausa person, saying, I didn't know is this our destiny man,
Yes, it's Femi Additional. Yes. Yes, the man in charge of media to the president. The president, they called what is his name again?
The author of Photoshop. He's the author of Photoshop. He knows how to take a picture that is about 10 years old and mass it into all that stuff. This is what this guy do. Photoshop in everywhere. And all whatnot. Giving us all this information. When the president addressed, I don't know what I don't know how many. I don't know what is Jibril 1 or Jibril 2. They went and staged something in a hotel. Then they said it was this thing. It was done in Asarok. And him, being somebody who is not very intelligent, he does not know that digitized images have markers. They have like DNA. People who are into this, who are into digitization, who know how to handle all this, can tell you when you mix an old wine skin with a new wine skin. If you take an old picture and put a new picture there, you can separate them, and the dates and everything can be displayed. So you keep on doing all this Photoshop, bring in Jibri, bring in Buhari, bring in all this and mixing them up, bringing kids and all that.
That is his job. He wants to be paid now.
Well, very soon he's going to be out of job. Evil do not last very long. They have a expiration date. After a while, he's going to be used. They keep on doing and saying all these things. Thinking that they are the overlord of all this evil and all whatnot. Let him look at history and see what has happened to people. Look at what happened to Chechenko, Hitler, Mussolini, to them but a few, after 3 years, he's going to be history. They're moving so fast and pushing things so that this can be done within the 3 years that is left for them. Because this is the most hated president who has the Adam hatred for Biafra and for Southerners and for Southeasterners. And for South. He has hate, and then among that hate, he hates the evil more. Very soon, the time will expire for him. As other evil people, their time expires. I'm so disappointed with this guy. I don't even know what kind of education he has. Information minister, information officer, whatever it is. He's an arch propagandist. He doesn't really know exactly what he's supposed to do to be diplomatic when you are doing certain things. He has everything within him, every examples with other information ministers who are doing in other parts of the world to go and copy and learn how those things are done. It's so shameful. So shameful, and very shameful that that the Yoruba man is doing all these things. Very shameful.
Yes, thank you very much, Mazi Wanoni. And I want to use this opportunity to tell you, yes, Biafrans listening and friends of Biafra, you have the opportunity, yes, to call us and tell us what you think. We will be playing some clip that will point to this particular news so that you will understand clearly. It did not start today. It's been a mission. It's been a project ongoing for a long time. Let's listen to this clip before we go to the second news. I want to play this clip so that you will recapture the mind of a man they call Sadwana or Sokoto. Yes, you need to, because sometimes some people feel these things are just are being said for saying sake. No, it's not true. Listen very carefully.
In 1965, the Sokoto Caliphate of the Nigerian federal government of Malam Abubakar Tafawa Balewa subverted the Yoruba and made them engage in an internecine war in which they slaughtered themselves in large numbers and burnt down whole communities in what they called Operation Weti. The Caliphate had also imprisoned Chief Awolowo, the leader of the Yoruba, and thrown Yoruba land into anarchy. The Igbo were horrified. Then, the premier of Eastern region, Dr. Emmanuel Bara, sent help to rescue the West from the Caliphate. Mazi Okono, an Igbo man, was broadcasting the authentic results of the Western region election from under the table in Awolowo's house as the Hausa Fulani and their ally, SL Akintola, were announcing fake results, slaughtering Yoruba men and women, and destroying Yoruba land. This eventually led to the coup of January 15, 1966, whose goal was to release Awolowo from prison and install him Prime Minister of Nigeria. The Yoruba joined the Hausa Fulani in dubbing it an Igbo coup, though Major Adewale Ademoyiga, a full-blooded Yoruba officer, confessed that he was one of the 5 majors who planned and executed the coup, and that their goal was to release Awolowo from Calabar prison and install him as the Prime Minister of Nigeria. Ojukwu released Awolowo from Calabar prison. On getting home, Awolowo declared his support for the Abri Agreement, one of whose clauses was that northern soldiers occupying Western region must return to their homeland in northern Nigeria. Awolowo then issued this famous statement, quote, "If the Eastern region is allowed by acts of omission or commission to secede from or opt out of Nigeria, then the Western region and Lagos must also stay out of the Federation," end quote. Northern Nigeria soldiers refused to leave Western Nigeria. Awolowo, who was fed by the Igbo, formed alliance with the Hausa Fulani, who had been killing his people and occupying their land, and in one of the most dastardly acts in history, urged his Yoruba people to join the Hausa Fulani in slaughtering thousands of Igbo and other people of Eastern region living in Western Nigeria. In 1983, the Sokoto Caliphate and the Hausa Fulani Yoruba oligarchy organized a coup to topple the government of Shehu Shagari. Umaru Diko, Minister of Transport in Shagari's government, later revealed that the only reason they planned and executed the coup was to make sure that Alex Ekwueme, then Vice President of Nigeria, will not become the President of Nigeria after the termination of Shehu Shagari's second term as president. Buhari and the Sokoto Caliphate dumped Ekwueme in Kirikiri prison, Lagos, and sent Shehu Shagari to his home in Shagari village, Sokoto. When Ibrahim Babangida the Snake annulled the election of Abiola as president of Nigeria, Ndi Igbo were in the forefront of fighting for the restoration of Abiola's mandate. When Abiola thought that he had finally concluded his secret treaty with the Caliphate and the Hausa Fulani, He immediately told Ndi Igbo that he did not need the Igbo to be president of Nigeria. The Igbo licked their wounds and shut their mouths. When the Hausa Fulani and other northerners fell on the Igbo and slaughtered 100,000 Igbo and other Easterners living in northern Nigeria between May and October 1966, what did the Yoruba do? They sent Yoruba Obas to tour northern Nigeria and thanked the northern emirs for not killing the Yoruba when they were slaughtering the Igbo and their kin from the eastern region. There are literally scores of examples of bad faith, treachery, and cowardly exploitation of the Igbo and other Easterners by the Hausa, Fulani, and Yoruba. Anyone with common sense, not high sense, should know never, 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 ever to trust the Hausa, Fulani, and the Yoruba in discussions, in negotiations, in treaties. Never ever trust their public declaration and pledges of loyalty. Once the chips are down, they will sell you down the river. The Igbo and their kin in Eastern region must realize that the only agenda of the Hausa Fulani Yoruba is to dominate you, exploit and use your resources for their benefit, and enslave all you people of Eastern region Biafra. The only survival strategy for the Igbo and their kin in Eastern region is to fight back aggressively, to push back as fiercely as ever against this evil plan. Unless you push back ever so aggressively, then you all will be enslaved. A bully responds to nothing other than aggressive counterattack. You have been complaining about resource control. We ask you just one question. If this oil and gas were to be located in Sokoto, Katsina, Kano, or Medugri, all of you from Eastern region will be begging for the issuance of visa from Arewa country to travel to Kano, to Jos, to Medugri, to Katsina, to Bauchi, and even to Makodi. Ndị Igbo, onye mara asụ, ya sụọ n'odo, onye amaghị asụ, ya sụọ n'ala.
Yes, that captures what we are saying today. And so you can call us and tell us what you think. Many have failed to recognize that it's long overdue for our people, yes, to counteract what's going on. I play this for you to understand that no matter what you want to say or do, if you fail in doing the correct and urgent thing, the required thing, we are heading to destruction, whether you like it or not. You don't need to trust these people. They play us what a game I call the tripartite game. Tripartite game. Yes, 3 in 1, if you like. The 3-in-1 game is that most of the time you hear them come in threes. One will be positive, the other will be negative, and the other will be neutral. And if you're not careful, they will indeed torpedo you, yes, get you down with one of those, not knowing that what they are using is what they call habadia or takia. And so if you keep saying, you know what, we want peace, fine. Everybody wants peace, don't get me wrong. But it takes two to tango. It takes two to make a pair. And so for peace to reign, it must be a peace from two sides. These people are Fulanis. Let's go to the second news of the day. Many fear the killed as herdsmen attack Benue villages. Many people have been feared, killed, and others injured when herdsmen attacked 3 villages in Guma local government area on Saturday. The police spokesperson, Kate Susumase Anene, a DSP, confirmed the attack but said she was yet to ascertain the exact number of the casualties. She promised to get in touch with the DPO of Guma Division Police Officer to confirm the number of casualties. The nation gathered from the press gathered from a member of the community, Taido Ukume, that the suspected herdsmen stormed the 3 communities in Mbawen Council ward and opened fire on harmless villages. The communities attacked are Tokula, Kaseyo, and Ponko. Ukume, who said he narrowly escaped the attack and fled to Makurdi, Benue State capital, further stated the area was deserted and most victims displaced. He said those with serious injuries were receiving medical attention in Makurdi. Another confirmed the report, said troops of Operation Wild Stroke, on receiving the distress call, stormed the villages that came under herdsmen attack and killed some herdsmen after repelling them. There was, however, no independent confirmation if some herdsmen were killed. An investigation by the press revealed that since rains and famine season set in, suspected herdsmen have carried out more than 20 attacks on border communities in Guma local government area. Those who came under attack were peasant farmers who attempted to return to their farmlands after many years in IDP camp. And that's where the end of that news is coming. But it's very important and very instructive for you to get a picture from what's going on in Benue. The other one is Kaduna. These areas, they fall under what you may call the middle belt, but not just middle belt. They were mentioned in the speech, or rather in the revelation of Sadwana of Sokoto, where he said that the middle belt or the middle belters will be used as a willing tool to suppress every one of us. Again, don't get it wrong. They are saying you will never ever rule yourself. I added this for some of you who are waiting for 2023. And I say to you, wait for 2033. You will understand the music. They are not joking. We need to wake up. We need to, yes, wake up from our slumber. Let me come to you, Mazi Chuks Ikedigwe. Chuks, I hope you were listening. I hope you were listening. Go ahead, Chuks Ikedigwe, and let's hear what you have to say. Benue is on fire. Benue have, of course, done what you may call no open grazing law that will put you in jail. And when they were doing that law, I remember vividly the governor of Nasarawa State, a neighboring state, of course, beckoned on governor of Benue never to assent to that law, that if he, if it does, go ahead, that there will be problem. And that problem started. They have been killing these people. My big question is, can't we come together and say to ourselves, enough is enough. If not anything, remember a man who is called Major Gideon Oka, who hails from this place. They are killing these people. Remember Major Gideon Oka, when he did in fact organize his people to overtake the government of IBB, yes, Ibrahim Badamusi Babangida. Remember what he said? There are 5 or 6 states he removed from the so-called Nigeria. Let me come to you, Chuks Ikedigwe. But before I go to Chuks, you can call. Yes, you have the right to call us on our Skype. You can call us on our Skype, which is very simple, Radio Biafra International. But make sure it's the one that says on air. Yes, that one that has a logo, RBI on air. Make sure it's that one. Otherwise, you can as well use any of those numbers, +1 786 352 8757 to call us, or you use the alternate number +44 2921 286541. Yes, call us now and let's hear what you have to take, what you have as your take on this killings going on. It's going on even in Biafra land as we speak. The people in Delta State, they are crying. There's another group in Cross River State, they are crying. And so it has been spreading. And guess what? They know that famine period is coming or gathering momentum. They have resumed killing. Their patron is the man they call President Muhammad Buhari. Yes, we stand to be corrected. If you have a correction to do, call us and let us know. Chuks, go ahead and explode on that matter. Thank you and God bless you.
Yeah, thank you once more. It's the same issue that we're talking about. But I must let us know something, that the killing in Benue, okay, the killing in that Benue as is underreported. Okay, what you are seeing here is just a fraction of the killings there by these planners. They are very under. They are just fractions of those killings. If you have representative for most of us that track the killings in these parts of the country, you know that they are very much underreported. The killings are so much that if you begin to report all of them, it will look as if there's a war in the country. But they're happening even in cases where they are not war. These people are killing, they are going to their ancestral lands and removing, as in chasing away the ancestral land owners and occupying the land. And just like the audio you played where Additional was saying, you have to be alive. They even talk about ancestral land, okay? So this is a strategic plan. It's not as if it's coming by accident. Immediately Buhari entered, the plan was hatched. This is to possess every people of the ancestral land, ancestral heritage. But this is axis of the country, and why these things are happening. This plan is actually getting signposts and erecting a new signpost. In other words, the land now belongs to them. So this is these are not really happening by accident. They are strategically planned, and this plan is exhibiting everything there is. Don't forget that before Buhari entered, it wasn't like this. When immediately Buhari ascended the throne, this planning had developed that mentality of one of us is on the throne and this is what we must do, and they've never stopped doing it. And Buhari, being who he is, made sure that all the security apparatus of the country are in hands of the Fulanis. Sometimes I tend to blame the Benue people for not fighting enough, but at the same time, also consider the fact that most times they want to fight. Most times they organize themselves into vigilantes and all kinds of groups, forest rangers and the rest. And when they organize themselves like this, the Fulanis, the Nigerian security officers will just speak on them and arrest them and accuse them of preparing for war. This is what has been happening to them. They make sure they disorganize them, that they can't even be able to protect the land. and then they keep attacking them. And we should also forget something. You talked about the governor of Taraba State asking the governor of Benue State not to assent to the open grazing law. Okay, even the governor of Plateau also said the same thing to him. He warned him against doing it. Okay, he was actually advocating that every Nigerian should have the right to live anywhere he wants. In other words, the Fulanis can enter these communities and do whatever they want. These things are well planned by this, and they now use our people to actually disorganize the plans that we have. But thank God that the Benue State governor still went ahead, and that's why it's not in their good books up to today, because they saw him as a betrayer, a man that fights for his own people. Whenever you are fighting for your people, they will see you as an enemy. But whenever you allow your people to be attacked, you become their darling. They will hear you, sing your praises, cover every evil you've done, and make you be accepted as the hero of the people. And that's one thing we must never make mistake of. We must not allow them to tell us who our heroes are. Okay, we must allow them to tell us who our heroes are, because if you have to ask this daughter now who the heroes of the Igbos, they will tell you who's the man, because I the one that planted him to make sure that they do that bidding. These are the kind of people they want to serve for us as heroes of the land. But the realities are those who will fight them, those that will stop them, those that will challenge them, those that will tell them, we can't take this rubbish from you. They will try to make those people look as if they are the criminals, that the villains, that the bad people. They will hang all kinds of corruption allegations upon them. We mustn't get fooled by this allegation, because it's their plan to take over the lands. And even the government spokesman is actually proving, is actually telling you that this is their plan, by telling you that you have to be alive. In other words, telling you, why not leave the land and run away? Because you have to be alive to talk about land. If you are dead, you can't talk about the land. In other words, you have to be alive to live on the land. If you refuse to allow them to take the land, you will live beneath the land. In what? As a dead man, as a corpse. So Buhari's government has been one of most of the time I get so mad when I see people praising him, as if they don't know what he has done, as if they don't know that the first thing he did was to call us 5%ers, and he has never failed to give us that 5% treatment that he has always vowed to give us. So the killing is not new. It's going to continue. But how we would do to stop them, and I've told us the reason how we can stop them, is to make sure that we take up legislations that does not allow people to go into the bushes and live. People must come to the cities and live. That's where people live. If you allow them, they will go to the villages and kill, go to the forest, take over the villages and kill the villagers. Okay, so must make those legislations that nobody lives in the bushes. Let them come to the city, and they must enact working, not just enacting it on law. We must make sure that we enforce anti-grazing laws. Okay, we must make sure that we enforce this anti-grazing, because it will stop them from moving into the land. And anybody seen should be immediately arrested, charged to court, and sentenced accordingly. People must stop being lenient to this, because they will never be lenient to it. When they catch you, they will make sure they kill you, just like these people have, just like these people we are reporting to have been killed. But people must not make that mistake. These people do not see you as human being. They value the life of a cow more than your life. So we mustn't make that mistake of assuming that that we're all humans, okay? Because that's what they make you think we're all humans, this and that. They don't consider you human enough. And they value the life of a cow. An animal who values the life of an animal more than you does not deserve to live in the same community, the same society with you. So thank you. I'll stop here for now. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Chooks. You made a very, very clear point that there is need to have legislation, but guess what? Legislation will not cut it alone. There is need for us to come together, and that's why even the people of Middle Belt need to join us in this pursuit for the restoration of our individual, community, or collective dignity. Yes, our dignity as human beings, our humanity should not be subjected to all this kind of treatment coming from people who are not original. I said their existence in that space is not up to 2 years counting, or sorry, 200 years. And even if it is, it's not up to 230 years. I have to be honest to you. They are just as new as anybody that just arrived today. Let us go to our veteran, Mazi Ikenna Wanonenyi, the man who would tell it to you the way he feels it. Because the truth be told, these people are cancer. Yes, their activities very clearly can set us to any and everyone around them. And so let's come to Engineer Wanonenyi. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, Mazi and Emene. And it's something we've been saying for years and months. And these people are not people you can trust or deal with. First of all, the failure of the Fulanese is number one, to run away from education. If they can educate their people, like people from the South did and are doing, they won't be doing all these things, they're doing. You cannot see a Fulani man who has a college education who is the Katoriara. So that's why, they want to put them in abject illiteracy, to use them and manipulate them. Their life doesn't want anything. They don't care, how many die, So the way to counteract this is advice to the Northerners, is to do a massive education, at least a minimum of a high school education to these people, to this all this Majuris or whatever you guys call them, they are still living like in caves. How can somebody be sleeping in the bush where there's no toiletry and all the affairs of that make a human being, to live happy, no drugs, nothing, and because their life doesn't want anything. Anyone that dies, they just throw them away and replace them, because also they don't care about women either. So the women just produce because they marry a lot of wives too. So this is my advice for them: educate them, let them go to school, force them to go to school. Then they'll stop this cattle rearing. There's ranching throughout the whole modern society now. What you do is ranching, which can be done in a very small area of land. I cannot imagine somebody, trekking with a cow all the way from Lokoja or Benue or Kaduna or Sokoto all the way down to the east, sleeping in the bush, and so yeah, they play what you already brought that out. They play Habedia, they have they play all these games. Which this is what they've been doing in other countries, and unfortunately, that of Nigeria did not work out or worked out for them, because the Hausas were very, very docile. If the Hausas knew what they knew, they wouldn't have let these people from Putajala Mountain to be here. There's no other place in Africa where they have the seat of power. They were chased out from Equatorial Guinea, chased out from Ghana, chased out from Central African Republic. Then they come over here, being kind, being friendly as the Hausas are. They let them in and they start killing them, because these people don't have value for life. Don't have value for life. And then they're using the Yoruba media to manipulate things. Look at what Adesanya is saying. I cannot believe such such things. You either give your land or you be dead. So they are pushing, but is a push of no return. Yeah, like you said before, they play these games, this again, they have a positive, a negative, and a middle. Somebody will be, against you. They all will be for you. They all will say, okay, let's settle. Nobody should give his land to these people. If they want to buy a land, let them go to the registers and do the way it's supposed to be done. And also let them live where they have addresses, where you can find them. Let them live in the town. That way nobody's preventing them from not living in town, because most southerners live in the town, in Kaduna, Sokoto, Medikra, and all this. Let them live in the town, and let them stop doing this primitive cattle rearing, and go to ranching. Go to ranching. And another way to combat this thing is is to we've suggested this before. People from the south should start their own ranching. If you have overwhelmed ranching in the south, in Biafra land, south, southwest, if you have overwhelming ranching, you wouldn't have any need for their cows. That's another way to fight this thing. So I'm urging people who are establishing business to think about ranching. That way, you are doing two things. Number one, you're providing employment. Number two, you're fighting against terrorism and this accumulation of land that doesn't belong to these people. So you're solving about three problems. To be able to start ranching like it's done. We had one before at the Obudu, cattle ranch. I don't know what happened to it now. This can be started up. There's other business that can make money. This is a very good money making business. Which other people can start. People can start that. There's other business they're into, trading and transportation. So can go with the money they accumulate and start ranching. Start ranching at Anambra State, ranching at Kogi State, Imo State, Cross River State, Niger Delta. Start having ranching in all these places. That way you will not need their cow. Then there'll be a slump in their cow. Bringing the cow all the way from the north down there, and most of these cows are like half dead, and diseased. They're not even tested. Most of them have tumors and cancers, and they cut them into pieces, and most of them are, they practice bestiality. These people practice bestiality. They harness all this meat and you eat them, and you develop some diseases. Because this is cost. These animals are cost. So the people should organize themselves. I think the way to go now is to walk through the villages, because the government doesn't mean anything, doesn't mean good for you. They can organize, ranching. You can start with 10 cows, or start with, and then you can apply for loan, and some people in the diaspora can get that organized too. You'll be killing you'll be helping the community to reduce fear and to reduce all this death that's happening when these people go to farm. And because usually in the villages it's only the women and the younger people are at home. Most of the young boys are in the cities. So this can be organized. There's a lot of Biafras that have all this massive transportation system. The young ABC and all what they can go into cattle ranching. Or the ones that own all these airplanes, they can go into cattle ranching. You'll be helping the people. That way you flood the market with the cow, with the cow. Then it's be competition. So this is the reason why we are, want to restore Biafra, because in Biafra all this nonsense is not going to happen. It will never happen. They can't allow people to go into somebody's ancestral land and take over, and supported by the federal government, because all the entities now are stopped by them, and it's the docility of all the governors. Well, those governors are part of the Hausa domination, Hausa Fulani domination, because they were selected by them. So they turned their blind eyes, to anything happening to our people. But like we've been indicating, as this will operate, some of the emirs, some of these chiefs, and the elders that support them, during when they were coming, when they get into house, they were first to be killed, because they always assume if your people does not trust you, then it cannot be trusted. If you betray your people, then you're going to betray us. So most of these governors who think that somebody from Kana and Sokoto from the north is your friend, they're not your friend. When the time comes, you'll be the first to go. They'll cut off your head. So we should take into doing business that is going to challenge the economy, that fuel all these debts, and get into that. It's not difficult. They used to have a lot of a lot of cattle rearing, way back then. And there's a Igbo cow, the type they grow here called Angus, very good healthy cow, and so many entities can help. So many UN and some other organizations in the world can help you to organize ranching. But theirs is not ranching. They just want to Islamize, grab people's land, whereas they have tons and acres of land in the north. Acres of land in the north. They just want to come to Islamize. The main aim is Islamization. That's it. That's no other thing else. So we should fight back. The only reason, the way to counteract a bully is to fight back. To fight back. And like I said, they don't have monopoly of violence or monopoly of threats. And what they are doing is mission impossible. It's not going to happen. I mean, it's happening, but they would achieve what they want to achieve if every other group, people from Benue Plateau, people from the Southwest, and people from Southeast unite together to fight against this evil. Thank you very much. I stand by.
Yes, thank you, Mazi Ikennawanane. Of course, you've said it. They have no plans of any other thing other than to Islamize you. That is their plan, and that was why you had the claim that indeed Nigeria belongs to Fulani, and they will rule you forever. Because, for your information, the Islamic people, community, or religion, whichever way you want to look at it, because Islam is not religion, people do not know this. Islam, for God's sake, is not a religion. People have been, mistakenly calling Islam a religion. Islam, to put very simply and mildly, is a way of life. And so it encompasses a whole lot. It has, governance in Islam. They use a constitution they call Sharia law, and that is what they injected in Nigeria in the quote and unquote, the so-called Constitution of Nigeria. For avoidance of doubt, we will be playing a clip. I said we'll try to play a clip so that you understand that the so-called, I call it Konga Konga. Yes, the so-called Konga Konga by these so-called people, the Islamic people of the north, is nothing but to deceive you. Yes, whatever name they want to present, be it Boko Haram or the headsmen or whatever name, please do not allow yourself to be deceived, because when it comes to such things, indeed, they are very, very clever, and they do this, like I earlier mentioned, with Takia or Habadia. For the sake of clarity, Habadia or Takia is what you may call, in our own parlance, the more you look, the less you will see. And so, when they come with the more you look, the less you will see, they're going to tell you something that will never ever come to be the way they have said it. They may say to you, we love you. And that love eventually will turn to your own, yes, dismembering. That's it. They are like that. They have been like that. They will continue to be like that. Never ever you think you will convert them and turn them to being good. The truth is, if you're with them and you try or attempt to convert, it has a price. The price, of course, for your information, is death. And so that says it all. Let's go ahead with this clip, and you will understand that they have already organization. A man is leading in New York, and the man has so much to say about this, the organization. Let's listen.
First, today I have a very important message for you. As a matter of fact, for the whole Ummah, Muslims all over the world. You know, for the past few days, I've been receiving a lot of, WhatsApp, Messenger, Facebook, a lot of calls and texting, people trying to vent their anger upon what is going on today, mostly in Africa, West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, North Africa, all over Africa. The missionaries are working so very hard. I know, because it's part of my work. And I know very much that they have projected by the turn of the 21st century, they're going to make Africa, Christianize Africa. And most of the time we are sleeping. It's about time that we rise up to the challenge. This is a mandate. Each and every one of us is supposed to be a potential daddy. Allah said, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَلَى الْمُنْكَرِ. That there are some men amongst you who will invite others into Islam, and these are the successful ones. It is very unfortunate that the other guys, the other faiths, what I'm talking about, they are well organized, and they have went through the whole Southern Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, now it's African time. And they have more than 15,000 missionaries working alongside West Africa alone. And it's about time that we rise up to the challenge of it. Now they've taken the game to our doorsteps. They are in our building, they are in our houses, they are in our marketplaces, all over the place. And we're busy in the metropolitan city fighting amongst each other. The Sunni is fighting against the Wahhabi. The Wahhabi is fighting against Salafi. The Salafi is fighting against Shia. The Shia is fighting against the Sunni. The Sunni against the social status quo. Unbelievable. And these guys, they went underground. They go to the villages and they are manipulating, cunningly turning our people into their faith. Then we begin to blame ourselves. Yes, we don't blame them. They're doing their job. Whatever they're doing their job. But right now, wallahi, I've taken upon myself, right now, I'm in America right now. I'm in New York City right now. I've taken upon myself, my guys are underground right now, foot soldiers, they are underground, waiting for me to come to Africa so we could do this job. We have taken upon ourselves, we're going to be working in West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, North Africa. What I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be establishing an emergency, da'wah, workshop to each and every state in Nigeria. We start with Nigeria because the system is that once they get Nigeria, they get everybody. Nigeria is the most populous Islamic, country in West Africa, if not Africa. And so if they get Nigeria, they get everybody. I know the mandate. So they're working side by side with the community of the northern part of Nigeria who have submerged themselves deep into the trench of supporting the cause of their faith. Many videos have come out for the past 2 weeks. I receive that all the time. Sheikh, what do we do? What do we do? Wallahi, my people are waiting for me to come. What we need is a strong support from you. Allah have given you risk. Support the cause of Islam. I can't even go to sleep when I watch these videos. It's sudden. It makes me so sad. I feel like crying. Wallahi, it is, a fire. Each and every one of us is a potential da'i. Those who cannot do the da'wah, they should support those who are doing da'wah. I want to do the work. If I have the means, wallahi, Islam will be strong in West Africa, in East Africa, in South Africa. Like I said, I need the support of those who have the rich among the Muslims. This is about time that you open your hand. Support Islam. If Allah have given you this wealth, wallahi, use it for the cause of Islam. Otherwise, it's going to be a time that Allah is going to ask you. Yeah, you could build your house, live in your house. Nobody said don't do that. Yes, you could do that. But at the same time, you have to support the da'wah. Otherwise, it's not going to go far. These people, the other side, they are well organized from United States, from Britain, from Sweden, from England, all over the world. And they are all over in Africa. They're working whilst we are busy talking about this is haram, this is not haram, this is that, this is. We're fighting amongst ourselves. We're fighting amongst ourselves. Allah has said in the Quran, قُلْ يَا أَحَدَ الْكِتَابِ تَعَالَوْا إِلَىٰ كَلِمَةٍ سَوَاءٍ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ أَلَّا نَعْبُدَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَلَا نُشْرِكَ بِهِ شَيْئًا وَلَا يَتَّخِذَ بَعْضُنَا بَعْضًا أَرْبَابًا مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ فَإِنْ تَوَلَّوْا فَقُولُوا اشْهَدُوا بِأَنَّا مُسْلِمُونَ. Allah asks us to call them. Let's have a common dialogue. And I mean what I'm saying. Inshallah, if we get the support, we're going to start from Nigeria. Then we go to Sierra Leone. We go to Liberia. We go to Ghana. We go all over the places, the whole West Africa, and then we move to East Africa, eventually Central Africa, and then we end up in South Africa. If we get what we want, then we go to Europe. We go all over the place. Look, we're not going to sleep again. This is about time. It's about time that we do it. So support the cause. I'm going to be sending GoFundMe. That GoFundMe is coming in about 2-3 days. You're going to fund this da'wah thing. We're going to build a project. Each and every country that I go, we have soldiers, foot soldiers who are willing to work with me in da'wah. They are ready, asking me what time you coming. I can't do it alone. I don't have the wherewithal. Maybe Allah have given me the wisdom, the ability to present Islam, but I don't have the funding. Support the cause of Islam, and you will see the result. I've been doing this for the past 27 years in America. Yeah, for the past 27 years in America. Look at the track record. Support this cause, and inshallah, Islam will go very far. So go fund Da'wah Training Institute. Go fund Da'wah for Life. Go fund Da'wah Train. The train is coming to a station near where you live pretty soon. This is Sheikh Muhammad Awal. Inshallah, I'm going to be sending that, and you're going to be supporting it as much as you can. Hadha billahi tawfiq. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
That was it. Clear exposure of the objective, and that is being planned not here, but they're coming from United States, and they are coming with dawah. Dawah is donation, donate to Islamize others. And they made it obvious that foot soldiers are already there. You saw them during the COVID-19. You saw them as the lockdown and lock up, yes, was being observed. You saw them crossing all the lockdown. You are aware, President, sorry, I don't know, because that name is very heavy for me to call. The man, if, yes, quote and unquote, so that I don't make any mistake, quote and unquote, the man, Buhari, gave open visa to all the Fulanis to come. Now you know where the foot soldiers are coming from. This man, yes, the what do you call them? Imam from New York is organizing and raising fund. I want you to understand what's going on in our place, because many do not understand how this intelligence is going to sweep across. He said Nigeria is the most populous. Once you get Nigeria, you get every other people. They will go to Sierra Leone, Liberia and all that, and finally they end up in South Africa. Did you hear Morocco? No. Did you hear anything from the top in the northern? No. Algeria? No. They have already been conquered. Yes, they are now Islamic states. So it is very clear from this last speaker, there's the clip we played for you, that they are there. Let me come to you, Amazi Chukwusikerigwe. In case you want to call us, go ahead and call us. We will be closing in the next 15 minutes. Thank you for joining us. We will be closing. But like we said, do not stop sleeping. There is no excuse. You should stop sleeping. Wake up from your slumber and stop those nonsense excuses. Be yourself and understand what the time is. If anything, wake up and smell the coffee. I'm going to Chuks. What do you have to say with what this man, the Sheikh, I don't know, Sheikh Abdul Mahari, whatever his name, but Sheikh is saying is raising fund through Dawa, and he wants to target it on Islamizing Nigeria. It's in line with the claim or the proclamation of the man called Muhammad Buhari. Yes, don't believe me. I want you to go and search, use your Google and search insurgency and Buhari, Vanguard, 24th December 2014. I repeat, go on internet and search insurgency and Buhari. Yes, Vanguard, 24th 2014. Chuks, go ahead and give us your take. Yes, your perception on this whole, if you like, coup d'etat on the populace or civilians of that place called Nigeria. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, let me just hit on the interesting part of that clip. You said they've been doing it for 27 years. The foot soldiers are already done. All is needed is just few funds, and they will surely win. And their target place is Nigeria. I know that Nigeria, when they're talking about Nigeria, not talking about the northern Nigeria, no. They're talking about the middle belt and the most especially the eastern portion of Nigeria, which is the Biafra land. That is their target. That's what they've mapped out. Buhari is a facilitator of this movement, and the Nigerian government is giving them every support they need. Every support they need. And before you know it, everywhere will be Islamized. That is their plan. But we know the only way to stop them, just like we said, the only way to stop them is to be awake. The most important way to stop them is to be awake. And our awakening, or we being this is just by telling people what is happening, just like we are doing here. We must be awake, but we're not just to be awake and just open our mouth. No, we have to be awake and tell people what is happening, and RBI, BRM is doing it. And because we are doing now, people are beginning to understand the issues that we are facing. And the easiest way to solve a problem is to know what the problem entails. And this problem entails that some people, some jihadists want to run over us. They've already mapped out this thing, and they've come out publicly to confess it to us. And because we have the knowledge, we have the opportunity of knowing their plans, we can stop it. And the way to stop them is to push information. And this information, RBI is pushing. And in times to come, we will take our time to tell you specifics, okay? Specifics, individually, what to do to stop these people. But for now, I'll just allow our this to proceed. But the most important thing is that RBI has been able to give us the issues, has been able to tell us the plans of these people. And because we already know their plans, hitting them and stopping them is not easy for us. But once again, I thank RBI for this opportunity, and I thank BRM for creating the RBI as already telling the world what's about to happen. Thank you for now.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, the editor himself, Chukwusikerigwe. Thank you very much. And let me go to our veteran, Mazi Nawanani. Thank you very much for all your contribution. But here we are, we have a man, Sheikh, speaking with his 27 years of how to Islamize people. You said it, and that is why it's very important for you now to collaborate yourself and explain to our people to understand clearly what is the purpose and why the target is on Islamizing our people and not the cattle rustling or not even the so-called land and all that they are planning. They have clear objective to kill our people. And indeed, if you refuse, they will make you a slave. Go ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother. Yeah, I mean, we've been clamoring on this, informing people, and a lot of people thought this is a joke. The main aim of these of the Fulanis is to Islamize, and there's a guy here, US here, who is planning to do that. Who has organized system to do that. I will. I hope some of us here can give us some hands so that we can locate this guy and at least give this information to the CIA and the FBI. He's planning coup. That's basically what it is, and he has a lot of help. He's here in the United States. He's in New York. Planning coup in Nigeria. Coup to be taken over by the Islamists. And this should be taken seriously because number one, this is what happens. I don't know why the Christian organizations always turn their deaf ear to stuff like this. The same thing happened in Turkey. Turkey started from 100% Christians to now 100% Muslim. And when you tell people, they say, "Oh, it's not gonna happen." Oh, no, they're not gonna do anything. This is like cancer, little by little. They got the northern states now in their pocket. They got the middle belt in their pocket. They got half of the Yorubas in their pocket. The only enclave left now is the Biafrans, the southeast. And in the southeast now they've planted all the governors, who will help them. And they are moving in. Now they're moving all the ISWAP. These are ISWAP members. All this you see on Dangote truck. Dangote is helping them too, to bring to Islamize Biafrans, and this is not a joke. We keep on hammering this in RBI, but many people are not paying heed. We've already indicated areas where this people are in Biafra land. 400 communes, 400 locations where they are, but in Anambra, Ebonyi State, Imo State, Abia State, Rivers. We have this information here. So many, the local governments, they are over there. They're in the bushes there, but nobody's paying attention. And it's so funny. We've been telling people to organize. People in the diaspora should help people at home to organize. We are not requesting you to give us money or anything, but we're giving you information to get organized. Put a special fund for this that is going to happen because your mothers, your sisters, your brothers, your aunties will be people who is going to be Islamized. It's coming and it's coming very, very great. Many of the people in diaspora are in denial. It's going to happen. 400 communities, communes now are located in Biafra land, in different states, in different local government areas, in Biafra land, So we should not take this. As a joke, If you are looking at, for example, just based on Enugu in particular, let me just use Enugu State for example. Just Enugu State. Okay, in Enugu State, these people have organized and they are congregated in areas like Nara Otaze in Nkano East. 7 villages are affected. Where they are now, Amofia, Amago, Umuiba, Umuapara, Ngene, Umueze, Umuze, Umu Awarago, Amofia community in Kano East. And also in Ago Udene, Ndibiago, Obodo Avro, Abo Owama,
and the communities in Zago. Others are Ugwaba, Osusu, Ndaburo, Amai Forest, and all whatnot. These are, I mean, just mention for mention but a few. You know, there's so many of them. We have lists of all the others. You know, and we give credit to Emeka Obaba of the International Inter Society, who has studied and researched and located where these people are. So we have information where they are. You know, it's just for you to organize and read them out. You know, Anambra Umuamaku community in Urumba South, they are there. You know, Wago in Dukorofia local government area, they are there. They are in Umuoji, Ogidi. You know, they are in Agumbo communities. They are in Idemiri. You know, they are in Nimo. They are in Aba. You know, they are in Enugu. They are in Eziowele. They are in Adazenu, Adaziana, Abagana. You know, Idani, Uke, Abatete, Nobi. They're all these areas, mentioned but a few. In Aba, in other state, you know, they're in Omun Nocha. You know, they're in Arochuku. They're in Acharomi here, you know. They're in Umweke village, you know, Renta. They're in Isiala, you know, Isiala Angwa, you know. I mean, it's all over now, Zakole. They're in Amokwele, you know, on and on and on. In Imo, plus other areas, they're in Amoma, they're in Akata, they're in Amere, they're in Oru East, this Oru East area, you know, in Ebonyi, Ohafia, Aba, Obago community, in Isielu, Oshiri, Okao community, Onisha, Onitsha, local government area. In Delta, they're in, you know, Ashama community, in Aniocha South, you know, on and on and on and on and on. They're in all these areas. Now, in all these areas, you know, people should organize themselves, you know, communities should organize themselves. The age grade groups do not depend on the government because they're not going to help you. All these governors, all the selected governors are working with the jihadists, you know. So these are being funded by Islamic groups in not just in Saudi Arabia, but in the United States. They are using they're using GoFundMe, you know, and they're sending money. And you can hear this guy in New York who said that, you know, he's already left to get this organized. So they're slowly moving in. You know, that's the reason why Buhari made a free pass to any jihadist to come into Nigeria. And once they come, they are transported with a Dangote trailer into these communities. Only 10% are seen, 10% only. The other ones are dropped off, you know, in the night. From Obolako through Soka to Enugu to Oka, along those roads, they keep on dropping them off and they melt into the bushes and get into the society. You won't even know them. And some of them are dressed like evil people. You wouldn't even know. You know, most of them are doing Okada temporarily. They are doing Megad temporarily. You know, some of them are doing like hairsman. You know, doing cow selling and some other stuff. They are doing Obioma, this fashion of old clothes. They're all meandering into all these communities, and they have these communes. They have these communes in all these areas, and the easier way to locate them, number one, is a trick. They always stay at least half a mile where there's a stream of water. So we'll be giving you guys all this information, you know, hoping that you guys will pay attention and get organized so that we'll fight with a common goal to do this plan, unless we're all in trouble. Thank you very much, my brother, Julian, for your good work.
Yes, thank you very much, our brother Mazi Ikenawanone, a veteran. Of course, you do know is one of the major leaders of Biafra Restoration Movement, and he has spoken, he has said in very clear terms that these people are there clearly to, of course, they are there to Islamize us, and we are begging for you to understand and react positively. What do I mean? They are making contributions in the United States of America. The contributions are meant to Islamize you. They call it dawah. I have one of us who have joined us for some time. I will, of course, be going to him, and he's another veteran who can do. Yes, a veteran who can do. He will be speaking. Who can do? Go ahead, unmute your mic. Yes, click to unmute your mic, and then go ahead and speak. Introduce yourself and delve into that matter. They are working to Islamize us. Welcome and good evening, sir.
Thank you very much, Amaza Nemena. Sorry, with the technology and a few number of things, I've really not been joining the broadcast, but luckily it is right now on, and I really thank you. I listened to Mazi Nwanoneni when he was speaking, and we can't stop thanking him for all his leadership and all his contributions. As usual, my brethren, we are on a milestone right now in what we are doing. We are determined. By the way, let me say thank you very much for all members of the panel, Maza Nemena, yourself, in particular for the hard work that you have been putting in. You are just a blessing to BRM and Biafra and the Black race, the Black Africa, and so on. You are just a key figure, and we really thank you for what you are doing. As usual, what we are doing, brethren, is that we are in a state of danger. Danger in that the people who are supposed to be protecting us are not doing what they are supposed to do. But are we going to leave our fate to them? No. The answer is definitely no. That means we have to do whatever we have to do to get ourselves very well organized to fight for the extrication of our situation from the enslavement we have just found ourselves. The fact is this: we want this to stick in the minds of each and every one of us. Our problem lies with the fact that the Fulanese, who the Hausas allowed to come and became very hospitable to them, instead of them being very grateful, their plan was to take over the whole of northern Nigeria and part of western Nigeria to what we are seeing today. Coincidentally, right now, they are using the same tactics. They are now have infused the whole of the south, especially the southeast, which is their headache. And they feel that they are going to do it anyhow. There is none of you who does not understand what has been going on, the infiltration by the Dangote truck and so on, bringing all these so-called Alamajiris. There's nothing like Alamajiris. These are all trained military people. The Boko Haram that have been dislodged, they are the ones that are being shipped to our place so that they will take over our land, just like they did in 1804 to 1805 and took away the Hausa land. Are we going to allow that to happen to us? The answer is definitive no. We are not going to allow it. But unfortunately, they are in control of our security. They are in control of our armory. They are in control of our politics. They are in control of totally everything. Out of our naivety, must we continue with this? Definitely not. We have to get ourselves organized, begin as we are doing with Radio Biafra International to inform and educate our people, because people who are not educated are not armed to do the necessary things they are supposed to do to extricate themselves from enslavement, which has been for centuries. Unfortunately, we didn't know about these things, but thank God for technology today. information. There is so much we have learned. I would say, for me particularly, I would say I have learned so much in the past 5 years about what has happened to our people. Yes, I partook in the 1967-1970 war, the Biafran Nigerian War. It's a fact. You all know. So the thing is this: we know about all these things. We have to make sure we are going to do the right things to make sure that this thing does not continue. Brethren, all we are doing, we are calling everybody. Whatever information you get as well, spread it to everybody. We are calling on our vigilantes everywhere you are. You have to come up. You have to be alert. You have to start thinking what you can do to save your own village. That is the most important thing. And for those of us who are in Biafra land, in diaspora, we have to do whatever we have to do also to support all of you. But don't just depend on anybody. Do whatever you can for your village. Just like most of us who are out here, we are doing this the best we can also do to also help to save our land. So I am just calling upon each and every one of you to be up and doing and do what you have to do. I have to stop so far. Let me listen to what has been going on, because I have been out of commission for about a week or 2 weeks now. And I just want to say thank you, members of the panel, for today. Thank you, Mazan, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you very much. God bless you. And I want to go to Chuksikedi, where we will be rounding off. We'll be rounding off today on a very good note. On the note that, of course, we are happy to receive once again our veteran Mazi Ahame Flaukan. Very, very happy, because for some time, yes, he has not been able to, join us. But we are so happy today. He happens to, make it to today's broadcast. So thank you, Mazi Ahame for coming. And we want to thank you out there listening. You out there listening at this point in time. We're saying to you, this is Radio Biafra International, your power station. We're here to ensure that our people are empowered. We have no other job other than to disseminate that information, thing that will help you to take an informed decision, a decision that will eventually make you, and in making you, allow you to attain, that laudable, enviable position of a people, of a country, people of dignity in this race. And so we thank you. As we will be coming to the end of this broadcast, we want to go to our brother Chuks Ikediwe for his closing remarks. Chuks, go ahead and make your closing remark. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you once more. I thank the panelists, especially Mazo Kando, for joining us today. I thank all Biafrans, all listeners of Good News, all partakers in this holy parliament where everything we discuss is all about the freedom of our people. We've not come to make money. We've just come to tell our people the dangers ahead of us. And that's why it's very important that we do not, I keep saying it, that we always let our people know what is at stake and what is about to happen. But we are privileged to have this information, and we've decided not to hold it, but to share with them. Our aim is to make sure that all our people are safe, that the jihadis are bringing to us will never, ever consume them. Because if we consume them, we've lost, and our aim would have been defeated. So for RBI and DRM, our aim here remains one thing: to make sure that our Biafra forms, to make sure that our people are free from the plans of the jihadis, and that their plans to Islamize doesn't come to pass. So it's very, very important to us. It's what we dream every day. It's what we eat every day. In fact, we sleep every day with the burden that the burden that we have to save our people. Most of us here contribute our hard-earned money, not for any other thing, but with that love that we want our people to be free. In other places, they just shout on you, insult you, curse you for listening. But here, no, we talk to you in the language you understand so that you will be able to understand the dangers ahead. And when you understand the danger, we also advise you to tell your neighbors, tell your relations that these dangers are so much. And every other day in RBI, we study, okay, we take forensic studies about the incoming dangers that is at stake. And that's why it's very, very important. Very, very important. The audio we played you today about the incoming Islamization and the incoming danger to take over our land should get you thinking, In fact, it should occupy your heart day in, day out. Okay. Because if we don't do it today, the plan has already been set, the money has already been raised, every other thing is intact, the food soldiers are intact. What's remaining here is just to take over the land. But we thank God that God has prepared us ahead, and that's what RBI is. God set it ahead so that it can be able to warn the people, can be able to stop these jihadis coming to our land. And that's why we always urge you every day to join us as we brainstorm, as we debate, as we discuss the issues about coming Biafra and the need for our people to be saved. Because we need it to be saved so that we all join triumphantly to the new Biafra, free from this jihadis and other imperialistic movements, so that we'll never be with these people who hate us. We'll never be who promises us the 5% treatment and goes ahead to execute it. So I'm saying good night. Remain blessed. Join us next time, but don't forget something. A man whose house is surrendered by the enemy does not sleep with his two eyes closed. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Chooks Ikerigwe. Thank you for your contributions. Of course, we are here to do one thing, and that thing is to bring this information to your own doorstep. And we beg of you to do one thing for us, and that is to continue to extend the express these messages, yes, to all your friends. Yes, share the links. If you're on Facebook, we ask you to conduct a watch party or share this link on your Facebook. That, by the way, will be your contribution and will help extensively in getting to all and sundry. Don't get it wrong. When the Muslims are contributing the dawah, it is your duty to do your own job. Yes, you are helping yourself. Yes, thank you. And let's go to our brother Mazi Ikenawanonini for him to make his own concluding statement on today's broadcast, the 7th day of this June 2020. Thank you very much, Mazi Ikenawanonini. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mazi Mwanemene. Leo, I really appreciate for being here. Basically, we have advised you, we're giving you information about how these people are coming to Islamize us. The main aim is making Islamizing people from Biafra land. That's the aim. That's why they are moving all these herdsmen or whatever they call them to go and occupy the territories, or who have occupied the territories in the bushes in our towns and and villages. So we are urging people who are in diaspora to organize people at home to do a search party, and do a combing to root them out. And it's not a joke. They are raising money here, even with the GoFund money. The Muslims here are helping them out because most of them don't understand what's going on. The guy in New York has already spoken that Nigeria will be the first. Once Nigeria is Islamized completely, then every other country will follow. And he makes what he's saying is they have the plan, and they've already started doing that. By trooping people from different parts of the country, into into the southeast, into Biafra land. You know, people from the offshoot of ISIS. You know, people from Somalia, from Niger, from Chad. All these young men between age 16 to 35 are being trooped. You know, by with the Dangote boss in the nights. You know, into our community. So our people should wake up and should advise themselves. If you see something, say something. See something, say something. Organize within the community. You know, the government is not going to help you. The police will not help you because they are Islamists. They are Muslims. They will not help you. You know, so waiting for them and calling them is just waste of your time. You know, do whatever you can do to make sure you protect, you know, women and children, and okay, protect your farms. You know, so here at RBI. You know, this is the People's Radio. We're empowering people to give them as much knowledge as we can. You know, we welcome dissenting opinion. We welcome suggestions. We don't know it all. You know, and here we respect every person. You know, we respect our elders. We respect the clergy, and it's open. It's a democratic radio. You can say anything you want to say as long as you are not insulting persons or undergrading people, you know, degrading people, or casting innuendos and aspersions. So this is Radio Biafra International, and we're happy to give you all this information. And you know ways to contact us. You know, because some of the we get some attacks, you know, virus attack from our company, from our systems. You know, so we need to get them protected, and this has cost money. You know, so any way you can help us, we'll also appreciate it. You know, but also, you know, help people, also people at home, you know, who are in dire need for help now. Thank you very much, Mazi and Emene, and you know, welcome. Abiyama bless all our brothers and sisters and all the lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra International.
Yes, thank you, our own veteran, our own leader, of course, Mazi Kenawanoni. Thank you very much. We can't thank you enough because of so much that you are doing. We are, yes, on the verge of drawing the curtain. But before we do, we will still want to visit another veteran, yes, Ahamefro. And Ahamefro, I know you have just spoken, but what will be your rounding off word? Yes, what will be that word? Yes, our people want to hear from you. We've spoken so much on this mission to Islamize our people, and here we are telling them, wake up and smell the coffee. There is much more that need to be done, and stop insulting others. Make sure you understand our objective. Yes, like one of you did say, this is a democratic radio, and I love that. One, thank you very much. Go ahead, Mazi Okando. Go ahead and make your final comment on today's broadcast. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much again, Mazi and Emina. For my closing remark, I will always go back to my belief that we achieve our objective. We achieve our objective as soon as we realize the importance of working together. Yes, working together. We know that we have so many groups that are fighting for the same cause. But it's getting to the time whereby we will start doing what we have to do so that we will now start becoming very, very strong. It's just like a laser beam. When a laser beam is really concentrated, it becomes very effective. It's able to tear up even the strongest of steels or even diamond. So the important thing for us to do is whatever we can do. Each of the groups fighting for the Biafran cause or for the liberation of the whole of Nigeria, except the Fulanis who are the slave masters, then we are going to be getting somewhere. And now we must try as much as possible to check our rhetorics. I was reading some articles some days now that has to do with our different brothers who are fighting for the same cause and how they are washing their lilies in the public It is not acceptable. We are saying we must check whatever it is. If those of you who are familiar with some of these leaders of the other groups, you are familiar with them, tell them to tone it down. We have fought individually for some time. This is time for us to work together. No matter what we are doing, if we don't have that spirit of working together, we'll continue to be a laughing stock of the Fulanese. Thank you very much, Mazi Nemena. God bless.
Yes, God bless you. God bless you. Yes, from, of course, veteran Ukando, he said, working together. And I will add this because I always been a disciple of that explanation, working together. Don't get it wrong. It doesn't mean you have to join me. The truth about working together is to have one purpose. It's having one purpose. And I said this to explain, because I hear a lot of, this statement, work together. Some people don't understand it. Working together in all honesty, in sincerity. You do not, I want to repeat, you cannot work together when you're not straight. When you play conga, there's a problem. I hear a lot of people tell me, even Onwekesimi and all that, and that was what led to the washing of the linen in the public, because truth, yes, disappeared. I said, quote me, truth disappeared. It, zoomed off, and something came in. That was darkness. That's why the game of ping pong is being played in the public. Because if you have Biafra restoration as your priority, and you have the interest of Biafrans in your heart, you won't go and begin to wash your dirty linens in the public. People are economical with the truth. Go and check what they are doling out. One about the other. We are not in that business. We are here to do one thing, and that thing is the restoration of Biafra. If you are indeed a true Biafran, a friend of Biafra, you must understand that respect is reciprocal. You cannot afford to insult others, and you must give honor to whom honor is due. We have to continue to work assiduously to ensure that we get to the El Dorado, no matter what distractions they may come with. Because guess what? All these dirty linens, they are distractions, and they are aiding and abetting our enemies to kill us even earlier than they planned. Go and check. Those things are not good. You can't be talking about certain things in the open. And so we tell you, if you want to do, yes, good to yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, guess what? You will not love any other person. You cannot give what you don't have. Nemo that non quod habet. And so we say to you, wake up. No more excuses. Yes, no more excuses. Wake up and be your true self, a patriotic Biafran, a real person, an honest, yes, honest guy. Yes, honest folks. Now make sure you understand that, and make sure you pursue the restoration of Biafra in all honesty as we continue to, yes, show our resilience, notwithstanding that our enemies are gathering in their millions to, of course, kill us once again. But this will not happen. Biafrans are strong people, stronger than any of their own neighbors. I'm being honest to you. When we rise, so much will acknowledge that. And so we ask you, do not give up hope. Stay the course. Yes, stay strong. And shred every of those distractions to death. Thank you for joining us. Share the link. Subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you always come for this live program. It's a 2-4 radio station. We are not just on Facebook. You can go and look at, look up for our links and listen to the radio station. It's a 247 radio station. It's not the chakapum type. Yes, we are always shooting. Yes, because we've been on this trench for a very long while. Maybe you are just coming to know us for the first time. Radio Biafra International is your power station. We do not joke. We are here for a serious business. In case you have not known that, we have come to restore Biafra. No more, no less. We are not important. What is important is Biafra. And so the message is far, far important than the messenger. In this case, we are your humble servant. We will continue to say to you, thank you very much. Stay focused. Do not be distracted. Show your resilience when it's most needed. This is your power station. And with me and our, of course, yes, well-educated panelists, we say to you, thank you, and may God bless you. We'll catch with you next weekend, yes, Friday, for next live broadcast. And Odimoal, yes, the wonderful encyclopedia, will be here. Yes, the living, the walking encyclopedia will be here to speak to you on some of these issues. And as you do know, we want to be very silent, but the message will be resounding to, of course, scare the enemy to death. Remain your very good self, and bye-bye.
Radio Biafra International, empowering the people.
The more we fight together, 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 the more we fight together, the stronger we shall be. The more we fight together, 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 the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. Rising soul, rising soul, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or leave it, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. We've been crying, the world claim not to hear. And we've been lamenting, the world claim not to hear. Our tears flow, the world claim not to see. And our blood flow, the world claim not to see. This is a crime, oh no, against humanity. Oh no, yeah, this is a crime. Eritrea spoke out, they were given independence. South Sudan spoke, they were given independence. Namibia spoke, they were given independence. Give me the reason my people got to be neglected. Give me the reason my people got to be rejected. Give me the reason our freedom got to be a crime. Give me the reason our own freedom got to be denied. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or leave it. Oh no. Oh. Serious war, that was physical battle. and we're betrayed by the people them trust. To the heroes are fighting. This is a spiritual battle. Let us unite and give Biafra a meaning. If we don't take time, we got to remain in this land. No freedom of speech, no freedom of expression, no freedom of worship, no freedom of religion. Justice denied. Oh, of my own very people. Hey. Justice denied. Hey. On the rising sun. Hey. Justice denied. Oh, my freedom fighter. Yeah. What is so bad? My people wanna be liberated. What is so bad? My people wanna be independent. What is so bad? My people wanna be alone. This is the time we will make it known to the world. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Hospitality, positive, education, positive, economic, positive, hospitality. I tell you what, positive. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africans. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. My people will cry. Biafrans will cry. My people are suffering. Oh, Biafrans are
Radio Biafra is proud to launch its new mobile app. This app makes it easier for listeners to access live and repeat broadcasts at any given time. The app is available on Android and Apple stores and is free to install, so just search for Radio Biafra into all one word to get the app on your device.
Radio Biafra International broadcasts are always anchored on well-researched information and not based on personalities, frivolities, and foul languages. The main objective of Radio Biafra International is to empower Biafrans and give them knowledge through professionally delivered information, education, and enlightenment towards the ultimate goal of restoration of the nation of Biafra.
So don't forget, Radio Biafra into all one word.
And join us during our podcasts and you'll be glad you did.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people, you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception, it is a prevailing attitude.
When I get excited and my heart's delighted and the spirit comes over me, I know there is no doubt you're gonna hear me shout, I'm feeling the victory. And if it bothers you that what I say is true, you better cancel your plans for heaven, 'cause I'll be there, shouting everywhere my sins have been forgiven. I'm gonna shout for heaven, what a day it's gonna be. Gonna sing, oh, sing the bass. We'll sing the harmony. Our fans walk down in the streets of gold, in the golden avenue, and clap my hands and praise the Lord and shout all over heaven. I'm gonna shout all over heaven, what a day it's gonna be. Gonna sing, oh, sing the bass. We'll sing the harmony. Our fans walk down in the streets of gold, in the golden avenue, and clap my hands and praise the Lord and shout all over heaven. When I hear the word and my heart is tear to tear, joy comes to my eyes. It doesn't bother me if the tears you see are happy man am I. I know the Lord above is looking down in love. He's watching everything I do. And some sweet day I'll be shouting everywhere while sailing through the blue. I'm gonna shout all over heaven, what a day it's gonna be. Gonna sing, I'll sing the bass. We'll sing the harmony. Our first walk down in the streets of gold, in the golden avenue, and clap my hands and praise the Lord and shout all over heaven. I'm gonna shout all over heaven, what a day it's gonna be. Gonna sing, oh, sing the bass. We'll sing the harmony. I'll first walk down in the streets of gold, in the golden avenue, and clap my hands and praise the Lord and shout all over heaven. I'm gonna shout all over heaven, what a day it's gonna be. Gonna sing, we'll sing the harmony. I'll first walk down in the streets of gold, in the golden avenue, and clap my hands and praise the Lord and shout.
Radio Biafra International, empowering the people.